Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking a bit about the analytics that we have in the Thirst platform. I think regardless of what learning platform you put in place and you think you've set it up correctly and there's users using it and there's content being consumed, I think until you've got the analytical data there and you can actually start to segment that, chop and slice that data up, export that, present that back to stakeholders as an L&D pro and say, this is the impact that this platform is having and this is how your colleagues are being upskilled. I don't think you have anything until you've got that platform in place that supports that analytical data. So this is something we've taken really seriously at Thirst. We've making sure that the content and the analytics you can see, we're recording everything in the platform. Every engagement and interaction that every user makes, whether that's a completion of learning content or a search or a comment or a like or a bookmark or whatever that might be, we are recording that and then reporting that back on analytics to make sure that you can get all the data at the platform and you can really slice and dice that perfect for the stakeholders to report back, engagement within the platform and how it's helping the business. So, touching upon, we've got 4 areas in the platform where we do advanced analytics. We have analytics at an overview, organization level. This is more high level, trends, engagement across the whole platform. Then we have, again, quite a standard approach to content analytics, which you'd probably be most familiar around, which is, analytics based upon content consumption. So whether that's learning content that's been completed or viewed and giving the list of people who've managed to do that and the time taken. But then we take that one step further and sort of start to look at trends and analysis over time. And also because we're such a skills-based platform, we can then start to dig into analytics where others can't. So we have analytics based upon skills as well, is our third area, where you can actually analyze how the skill is doing, who's working towards that, who's achieved that skill in the business, how much content you have, whether there's a gap in the training material for that skill. And then lastly, we have analytics at the person level as well. So you can view any of your colleagues, any of the people in your team, have a look at what they're doing, what they've consumed, what learning content they've completed. But furthermore, because Thirst is a knowledge sharing product as well, you have tacit knowledge sharing between your colleagues. So we can actually evaluate the impact of each colleague as well in the business and say exactly what content are they creating, what content are they sharing, and how much of an impact within the business they're having. We map that over, not just analytical numbers that are at a point in time, we're also monitoring trends, drawing graphs and charts, trying to predict effectively the progress through. And we're also then slicing that up into really nice subsets of data around what types of content people are consuming and when they are. Okay, so without further ado, I will start us off and I will join us in at the analytics for the impacts, which is the generic overview, organization overview analytics that you see. Straight away, you're given some headline information that's really nice and informative. And this just allows you to track how your product and platform is doing within the business and sort of seeing that impact grow over time. So the numbers you can see here, like the likes, completions, bookmarks, they're all to do with the total amount for this platform since you basically put this into place. So you can start to see that growing. Now I'm on a demonstration environment here, so some of the numbers may stretch out over time, some may not, but you'll get the gist of the figures that we're talking about. So total likes is any of the content items in the platform that users have liked, have actually said that this content is great for me. Likes we use really well in the platform to personalize and surface the content that each individual user is preferring. So it's quite a nice engagement metric to look at to see how people are reporting back their likes and dislikes effectively on the content. Total completions, obviously number of completions on content. Total bookmarks, again, if you decide to, as a user, as a learner, you want to look at this content later, you can bookmark that content and go back to it. A very simple metric. Total views, just views across the whole of the content in the application and in the platform, not considering completions. You might have just, looked into that and then moved away. So again, quite a good metric to look at, just simple. Is this platform being used? Are people starting to engage? Shares, one of the more interesting metrics, I think, is, again, learning and development platforms, not always allowing you to do this community kind of sharing approach to the content. We're tracking that throughout, and we see that as a key important metric around knowledge sharing within the business to make sure people are recommending content throughout other colleagues. And then we have comments. How many interactions are being made in the platform by, again, all of your users. A nice metric, again, to show interactions. And searches. And searches is a sort of a wild card one, but I think it's really important to see that people are actually using the platform and starting to run searches, trying to find the learning content that they want, and you can start to analyze and dig deeper. So there's that headline statistics. But you'll start to see here, we've got some nice looking charts and things which actually start to really make an impact. So we've just got some headline items. The users who have viewed at least one content item. So we've only got 7 users on this platform at the moment, but every one of them has viewed a content item, so it reports in 100%. But we can also see from here what the viewing trend is between March and February of this year, so we can start to look and Again, it's a test system, so our engagement's going down at the moment, but you can see, again, it's a great, simple overview statistic of how is my platform performing within my business. Now, some other headline items here, and this is where it gets really interesting in terms of what we record and how we can dig into that, is content types. So our platform will support lots of content types. You can have YouTube videos, you can manually record a video, audio, a file, a PDF, you can have Scrum courses in there. There's lots of different items, and this is a simple metric to show you, well, what types of content are actually people viewing, and that allows you as an L&D professional to say, well, that's great, but I can see that people are viewing videos, but we've only got one video in the platform or two videos, so let's start to try and curate or purchase or just effectively supply some video learning content, because that is how my team is actually sort of interacting with it. So I always think the point of analytics is less about just reporting numbers, it's spotting trends, it's having an impact in actually the top level of the business and saying, what can we identify that's going to help us move our people and our business forward, rather than just, okay, 27 completions, so what? So most view content types are a great way of doing this, and abundant skills in your organization as well. Because we're an entirely skills-based platform, we know exactly what skills people are seeking, what they're working towards, what they have achieved, and how many in your organization are doing that, and then we can report on that to say, you have these skills, and people have these skills in your organization. Again, taking that further in terms of the business side of this, you could start to look at skills that you may not have actually realized that were actually within your business, that people have already and are either working towards or have achieved, that weren't necessarily clear at the outset. And you can use this analytical data to say, hey, we might even be able to upskill in this area, or even sell a product or service in an area because we have a skill set we didn't necessarily understand we did. So we're talking about the first level screen here, and you'll start to get an idea of the size of the analytics that we have in Thirst and the amount of data we have and how you can chop and change that, because we have these tabs across the top, which I'll move into in a minute, and these tabs are providing you different viewpoints again of analytical data within your organization. But we're using a business intelligence dashboard for all of the data that you see here and all the charts, which means we have some really nice advantages throughout. So I will just point you to one. So if you hover over any of these charts here, you can see there's an expand button. So straight away, most viewed content types, for instance, I can press the maximize button, and you'll see that chart actually turned up on a full screen on mine. It's turned up a little bit too large for this demonstration, but you can see you can expand that size and it's going to display that full screen to you. And I will show you shortly every type of content as well. Not only a lot of them you can filter down, but then you can export them to CSV or Excel documentation as well. So anything that you see in this dashboard, you can pull out, for an offline copy for stakeholders.